G'day everyone, how's it all going? So today we're going to be checking out an Aussie CR1M Menu C. This one was very kindly donated by Josh, he's one of my viewers. He got his hands on a few and offered to send me one, and of course I jumped at the opportunity to check out another CR1M. I love these things, I reckon they're the best 24 hours that are actually out there. This one is from the 12th of February 2018. I had a bit of a quick look on YouTube to see if anyone else had checked one of these Menu Cs out, and I couldn't actually find any, so if there are some videos, sorry, I couldn't see it. So, let's check this thing out. I'm not sure what's in here, but let's have a look anyway. I'll just rip into this one, I think. I have reviewed quite a few CR1Ms on this channel, but I think I might even have a little bit of fun with this one and try and mix it up a little bit. First, we've got our bread. Instant mashed potato. This thing here is probably my favourite. I really prefer the mashed spud compared to that of the rice, which they've got in a lot. Oh, Gundog would be hating this. Lifesavers musk flavoured. He can't stand these things. It's a bit like Skittles for him. Sweetened condensed milk. Awesome stuff. And, you know, the troops love having that. Peppered steak Jack Links bar. Creamy chicken soup. M&M's milk chocolate. Oh, something I haven't had in a long time, and that's the diced peaches in syrup. So you get a little bit of fruit in there in a tin. Always nice and something different to have. Mee Goreng noodles. Aussie ration packs have had noodles in it for a long time, but the Mee Goreng ones have only been in there for a few years, but it's the only flavour that they have now. Used to be able to get beef, chicken, all sorts of things. Your Bega cheese. Ooh, marmalade. Don't know if I've actually tried that on the channel. Non-dairy creamer. Whole grain cereal bar with seeds including chia. Biscuits, cream crackers, kind of a bit like those water crackers in a way. Natural muesli with fruits and seeds. The muesli in the Aussie packs, awesome as well. Isotonic drink powder, lemon lime, always nice and refreshing. Chocolate ration. Biscuit jam sandwich. Here's our first main, and what is it? Chicken Italiano. I've heard this is really good, so I'd be interested to try that. Beef and onion gravy. Man, I think that's actually two mains which I haven't actually tried before. Very lucky. Yeast extract or Vegemite. Pack of matches here. You've all seen those. Got some windproof ones as well as normal matches. And your striker on the side as well. Sustagen chocolate flavour. That's basically just a protein drink. A little all fruit bar, tropical flavoured. The Aussie ration shovel. I keep those things, like if we're going for a picnic or anything like that, me and the family, I always take a couple of those, they're great. Some napkins or toilet paper. A menu list, and that's also got ingredients and dietary requirements and things like that on there. Plastic bag with a Ziploc here, so you can either put your rubbish in there or you can hold some water in it if it's a survival situation, or just put any extra little bits and pieces which are already opened. And finally, we've got our accessory pack. So, got 3 rubber bands, the thread, bunch of other gear. Got our little pack of Tabasco, 1 tea bag, 2 packets of Mentos gum, 2 packets of sugar, a second tea bag, we've got 2 instant coffees, pepper, tomato sauce, and some salt. Well, I don't know about you, but let's crack into this thing. So, time for brekkie, and as you can see, it's a little bit of a different type of setup. Now, sometimes you get these twats who jump onto my channel, watch my reviews, and leave comments like, oh, they wouldn't have a white tray out in the field that they use. Well, of course not. They're not sitting in their living room doing these reviews like I am. So, just for the heck of it, I decided to use this just for something different. Now, these mess tins are the British style that the British military uses. And I thought I'd give it a crack using this for my review with the breakfast this morning. So, we'll get this natural muesli and we'll pour it out into here. Not the biggest hole to try and pour all of that out of. But as you can see as it's coming out, lots of little bits of fruit and seeds and all sorts of good stuff in there which is coming out. Dead set, this muesli in the Aussie Rations is fantastic. Great flavour. Don't know exactly what they do to make it different compared to the others, but still pretty good. Chuck in a little bit of room temperature water here. Give it a little bit of a stir around just to try and let it all mix up a little bit and get some moisture back into those bits of fruit and stuff. Probably need some more later on, but you can always add it. You can't always take it out, unfortunately. So, next thing that we're going to do is we have this hospital formula sustagen. Once again, it's just a powder here, a bit like a protein powder, chocolate flavoured. Pour that in with the water, but I'm also going to add an instant coffee sachet to it. So try and make it more of a mocha. Anyone who's tried any type of these protein drinks, they all taste the same. And they're not always the best, so if you can change it up a little bit, why not? Cool. So, a few chunky bits sitting on top there, but you know, it's no master chef like Gordon Ramsay or anything like that. Also got the lifesavers here, so open up those and just have one ready to go at the end of the meal. Me personally, I absolutely love these things. They remind me of my childhood. Really, really good. Flavour wise, it's a bit like rose water or something like that, but really, really hard to explain because musk over in the States means something completely different. Oh, these crackers have seen better days. Probably wind up like that anyway out in the field. And got a little bit of marmalade there to chuck on top. I've already cracked open the little nozzle there. So, now while I've got it in my hands, let's give this marmalade a go. As you can see, nice orange colour, little bits of the pulp and stuff from the orange that it's made from. Let's get into it. Oh man, that's really good. A great tartness there from the oranges, but also sweetness from the sugar that it's made with. As a kid, I really didn't like this stuff, but when you grow up, everyone knows who's a bit older, your tastes do change as you grow up, and you start to appreciate things that you didn't when you were younger. And I'm going to give this protein mocha a go. There is a lot more water in that than there should have been. So extremely runny. Usually they get a lot thicker and stuff, but actually pretty good with the flavour wise. If you're not really that keen on those sort of protein powder drinks and coffee, having the extra water just really does make it a lot easier to drink and not so potent with that flavour. Yeah, it's got rid of a few of those chunks. Really, really nice. And let's see how this muesli went. As you can see here, it has picked up all of that water pretty much. Nice and soft. Even the bits of fruit there seem a bit more softer. So let's see what we can get. We get some of that pumpkin seed, and we've got some of the cranberry and other bits of fruit and stuff which are in there. You've got things like apricots, sultanas, cranberries, heaps of different things. Oh man, that is so good. Oh, this corner over here has tons of apricot. Check all those bits of apricot that are on there. Man, heaps of it. This is going to be really nice and sweet. That is brilliant. Something which a lot of cadets do with their rations, they don't get the protein drink. They actually get a chocolate powder. So what a lot of them actually do is actually chuck the chocolate powder here into the muesli in the mornings when they have it, just to change up the flavour a bit and a bit more enjoyable for them. Sweetened condensed milk, something which some people chuck on their muesli as well, and it does add to the sweetness, but also a little bit of texture as well from that stickiness or thickness from it. Oh mate, that is good gear. That is awesome. I could very, very happily eat this stuff all the time. I must say that this muesli is probably the one that I've had which really does reconstitute the best. And all these bits of like papaya here, I think it's papaya or maybe pawpaw, cranberries, sultanas, pumpkin seeds, etc. Just the mix is absolutely fantastic. I wish I knew if they sold it in the shops here like normally, because I reckon this would be great to have for brekkies. A little drink of my protein drink. Really good. So as you can see, this is a really, really light, simple type of brekkie. Would the troops have more when they're out in the field? I'm guessing so. I reckon they probably would, just in case they don't get time during the day to really have a proper lunch. That's something where I'm lucky, where I can sit here and actually just play around with it a bit and have a go at it. But this, if it was me, which it is, doing this is probably what I'd have for breakfast from here. Something fairly light, just to get you going through the day. You've got your lifesavers which you can have for your patrol while you're going through your day. And speaking of which, let's try it out. Like I said, these things just remind me of my childhood. Absolutely fantastic. So, let's check out lunch. Okay, time for lunch. So, like I said, I'm going to do something a bit different. So the first thing I need to do is get these noodles underway. Best thing to do is give them a really good scrunch up. Break them all apart, because if you have long ones, you cannot get them with that spoon. So we're going to pour these in here. And with these flavouring packets, we're not using those today. I'm just going to have plain old noodles. Hot water, just boiled. Pour that in there for them to soak up. Now some of the other stuff I'm having is the Bega cheese. Going to do up this isotonic drink. Have the bread, all fruit bar, multigrain cereal bar, and some M&Ms. Now the main I'm having with this is the chicken Italiano. What we'll do is we'll pop this big one over the top just to keep the heat in while we open some of this other stuff up. Now I've emptied out my canteen cup and I've got some just room temperature water here in this Aussie camo bottle. I'm going to do up the isotonic powder because it feels a little bit hard in there, and it asks for 500 to 600 mils of water, which I don't think I've got enough of, but we'll see how we go when we try it out. Whoa. Powder looks like it's got a little bit of moisture there in the past, but try it out anyway. Once again, lemon and lime flavoured. And yeah, got a real strong smell, a bit like Staminade. So if anyone's ever tried Staminade, that's exactly what it smells like there. You can't use cold water with this because those sugars and powders just won't dissolve inside the water. So let it go in room temperature and see how it goes for a bit. Seems to be going alright so far. Open up this can of cheese. And this takes forever, so I'll see you back here once it's open. And as usual, I made an absolute meal of that. Took forever, so thanks to the powers of editing, you didn't have to put up with all that. So what I'm going to do is this here with these noodles have been sitting there for about 3 or 4 minutes. I'm just going to go drain those and then we'll get the rest of the stuff done. And we're back. So we've drained those noodles and I've got the chicken Italiano here, really piping hot, ready to go. Let's have a look inside this bag. Oh, looks awesome. Oh, smells absolutely amazing too. So, this is where some people are probably going to have an absolute heart attack. Well, Italiano, noodles, pasta, much of a muchness. I know some people are going to go, they're nothing alike. But anyway, I'm going to actually pour this stuff in here with that. Oh man, jeez, that looks good. Wow. Some beans there, tomato, heaps of chicken. Looks like shredded chicken actually, broken apart really nicely. Something else with the Italian theme. What's a bit of Italian dish without some cheese on top? Yeah, let's break some cheese up there. I know it's no parmesan, but it'll do. And then we've got the rest of the stuff. So our M&Ms, pop those open, chuck them over here ready to go. Whole grain cereal bar. You know what, this is pretty much what you're going to have to do if you're out in the field anyway. So that's why I'm setting it up like this. This all fruits bar is pretty good. It's just a tiny little mixed fruit bar. Actually got apple as its main ingredient in it. And it's a bit like a big fruity jelly type bar. Looks like a lump of black death, but it's a nice little sweet hit there for you. And finally, we've got the bread. I really wish it was garlic bread, but beggars can't be choosers. And tell you what, this stuff here, the bread in these Aussie CR1Ms is, there's nothing that comes even close to how good this stuff is. It's soft, its taste is absolutely amazing. You get the taste of just all the stuff that's in there, like your yeast, flour, it's just absolutely perfect. And as you can see with this colour, beautiful golden colour there where it's baked. A little bit of flour on the bottom there. Absolutely amazing. So I'll give this one last stir, try and get a few more of these sugars and powders dissolved and done. I really don't know how this is going to go, seeing as, like I said, seems like a bit of moisture got into it. And I don't think the colour's quite right. Should be green, but I don't know if it should be a browny green like this is. Oh well, time will tell. Well, no time like the present. Let's get into this. Wow. I'm going to grab a bit of everything. A bit of that cheese, some of those noodles. Oh man. God, that looks so good. Hopefully this camera will focus. There you go. Got your noodles, cheese. Oh man, look at that tomato in there. Absolutely fantastic. Look, let's see how it tastes. Oh, I have had so much bad luck with chicken mains in pretty much every single ration pack that I've ever done. The ones that have always made me sick have always been chicken ones. This one here tastes unbelievable. I had a US MRE where it was sort of like an Italian style sort of thing that they tried to do, and it was the worst thing I ever tasted. It was absolutely foul. But this one, man, this is awesome. The tomato, these nice big chunks that you can see here, absolutely full of flavour. The cheese works so well in with it as well. The chicken, a nice little bit of a chew there. And the noodles, absolutely fantastic as a little bit of a bulk up as well. I have another go at this. Oh, absolutely perfect. I mean, I don't think I could make it better at home. This thing is absolutely spot on. If anyone has a chance to try the menu C of the CR1M, sorry, get into it. That is brilliant. Now, I've got a little bit of a surprise for you. I did say that this is lunch. However, I'm having this at 8:15 at night on a school night. But Mini Dropbear is here, being very good, nice and quiet, having a look at what I'm doing, and he's going to have a taste of this as well. So here you go, bud. Yeah, get a bit of everything. Oh, you got the bean there. Have a good chew, mate, and tell us what you think of it.
Yeah, the tomato really enriches the gravy and the main altogether.
Yeah. Yep. What do you reckon of this one? Like, how's it compared to other ones that you've tried?
Yeah, it's better than the
tomato feta.
Yeah.
Like one that we had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The US tomato and feta main which we had, I can't remember exactly what was in it. That was just feral. It was absolutely foul. But this, man, like, yeah, this is really good. You'd enjoy having this during the week, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. No worries. Well, thanks for stopping by and telling us what you think, mate.
Okay.
I'll save some of those M&Ms for you for tomorrow.
Thanks.
Well, there you go. A little bit of a surprise for everyone, having the young fellas stop by, have a look. And I'm sorry, but I've got to grab another nice big spoonful of this stuff. Oh, just look. You got your onion there. You got your tomato. It's just such a fantastic main. Really, really good. I'm surprised. I was not expecting this. Well, I better save some room for the rest of this stuff, or else I'm going to just finish this all off and just keep talking. Let's rinse the old mouth out with some of this lemon lime isotonic drink. It's not too bad. Fairly good lemon lime flavour there. Something a bit off with it, so it might be the fact that there was some moisture got in there, or just maybe that's the isotonic powders that are in there, giving it that sort of stranger sort of taste. But it doesn't seem completely off, just doesn't seem quite how it should be. And we're going to check out this bread. So get it to focus, hopefully. And I actually want you to see just what this is like. Tearing it nicely open there. And man, just look inside there. Oh, the yeast, there's a nice smell there of that bread. Oh, it's just like having a fresh bit of bread that's just been cooking inside your house. I'll try that with a little bit. I've got a lot on the spoon. Take some of that off. Try that together and see how it goes. Oh, so good. I wish they actually had 2 bits of the bread in these ration packs. It's just perfect. Really, really great texture to it as well. It's not hard, it's not soft. It's just absolutely perfect. Wow. Simply awesome. Really good. And give a bite into this all fruits bar. Wow. Really good. The tropical flavours there. You got your pineapple, your apple, like it's nice sweet sort of flavours like you would think of for a tropical lolly or a drink. Absolutely fantastic there. You know, you could just save it for just a bite like that. You could maybe chop it up and put it in with your muesli in the morning, whatever you want to do. And we'll have the cereal bar with seeds and chia. Let's give that one a go. As you can see there's a lot of sesame seeds, other little bits of chia seeds. Once again, like the muesli, you've got some pumpkin seed in there. Very, very good, this bar here. Well, it tastes a lot like a muesli bar with maybe something like a mango sort of flavour to it. So it's got that sweetness of that fruit in there. And we'll go a couple of M&Ms. Can't really go too wrong with these things. I've had some really bloody old ones before, and they still went really well for time. There you go. Yep, nothing wrong with those M&Ms. Normal M&Ms. Nice and soft inside, crunchy shell outside. Perfect. Mate, Josh, you have absolutely spoilt me with this one, mate. Thank you so much. Like, I'm just absolutely loving this ration. Perfect. So, I'm going to finish this off and we'll come back for dinner. Well, time for dinner. And what I'm having here, we've got the beef and onion gravy for the main. We've got the creamy chicken soup, instant mashed potato. We've got our fruit here, the diced pears in syrup for dessert. I'm going to have a cup of tea here. We've got our pepper steak bar, jam sandwiches, the chewing gum, chocolate, Tabasco if we need it. And finally, maybe have a bit of this Vegemite here in the main, but probably won't need that. Now, once again, I'm going to have a bit of a play with this stuff, so I'll get it all ready to go and see what you think. Okay, so I've got a couple of things heated up. I've got the hot water in here, but what I've done is instead of doing the soup up normally, I've actually made it really thick to try it as a gravy on top of these mashed spuds here. Should be alright. Sometimes having a big thing of soup as well as the meal and everything, just a bit much at times. So I thought, why not try turning the soup into a nice thick chicken gravy. That looks pretty good. Give that a nice little spread over the top there. Super, super thick, as you'd expect. And now, let's chuck some of this beef and onion gravy in here. I was looking at the ingredients on this, and I was thinking there might be other veggies and stuff, but there really isn't. It is literally beef, onion, and some different spices and stuff like that. So you've got here garlic powder, you've got spices, literally, sugar, water, some salt. That's about it. Very, very little in there. So I've got our hot water here for our tea. Quickly try and just do that up as well for you. Once again, Bell branded. Seems to be the go-to brand that they use. Got some sugar, or if you want, sweetened condensed milk. I'm just going to go with the sweetened condensed milk. Enough sugar in this to go with it. I've opened up the fruit here. And just get the rest of this stuff out as well. Steak bar. Got our jam sandwich biscuits. Two of those in there. Mentos gum. Jeez. The oils and stuff on this Jack Link's bar make it so hard to open things afterwards. I'll just take one piece out, but you get 3 in each of these packets. Tabasco we'll save for later. Our Aussie chocolate ration. Oh, hang on. Oh, that is almost perfect. Check that out. Barely any bloom at all on that. Wow, that looks fantastic. This has been kept really, really well. Now, I was saying I might use this Vegemite here for the main, and the reason I said that is because whenever I make stews, I actually put a little bit of Vegemite into the stew just to give it extra richness, flavour, and also a bit of vitamin B as well. So, I won't need it in this one, so I'm going to leave it out. Might give this tea a bit of a stir though. Get our condensed milk working in there. Agitate the tea bag a bit just to help get more of that flavour out. Been sitting in there about 2 minutes now. I reckon that might be enough just to get the flavour there. Give it a squeeze not to miss any. And now, let's dig in. Let's try this main on its own first. Whoa. See, that's one thing about these Aussie rations. Look at that there. You can see the actual chunks of meat, but also the fat there as well. So you know it's real meat, it's nothing processed, really good stuff. Also some onion on the right there. Let's give it a crack. Geez, that is really good. Nice richness there. A little bit of saltiness in there too, so you don't have to add any extra salt. I mean, you could go with the Tabasco, I reckon, give it some heat, but it's not like it's needing extra flavours or anything to kill off some of the bad tastes or anything like you get in other rations. This is really good. Great thick gravy as well. That is fantastic. Let's try this mashed potatoes with that chicken soup gravy. Absolutely makes it. Fantastic. I'm going to try a bit of everything now. This is how you'd really have it. All in the one pot. Dig it all together. Get into it. Now I must say, these mashed potatoes, even though they're instant mashed potatoes, when you mix them together with 250 mils of water or 1 cup of water, come up perfect. Pour the water in, stir it really, really quick, and they all mix up well, and you don't get any dry bits or anything like that in there. Oh man, tell you what, this mashed spud with any sort of good main with a good gravy, just, you can't beat it. Now, with turning this soup into a gravy, I'm going to give Gundog credit for that, because in one of his reviews of an Aussie ration pack, he actually did that, and that's what gave me the idea. So, Gundog, thank you very much for the idea, mate, and I can tell why they do this out in the field. It was actually one of the Aussie servicemen that actually gave him the idea about turning the soup into a gravy. And it's those little tricks and tips that you get from the people who eat these on a more regular basis on how to actually improve it, change it up, make it different and actually edible for them. They're the ones that you need to listen to, because they're the ones that give you those great ideas on how to make it better. The problem with these CR1Ms is you don't get them in a mixed box. With the CR1Ms, it's actually 10 of those ration packs, all of the same menu. So if you get a bit of extra ammo, food, all that sort of stuff dropped off to you when you're in the field, and you get like a box of stuff, it's going to all be the same menu. So everyone's having the same thing. That's why they need to change it up for themselves, or else you're going to get really sick of it really quick. Oh man, this main just so good. Actually, can't help myself. I've got to get some of this Tabasco sauce onto here. Give it a bit of a shake. And let's see how that goes there. Oh yeah, lovely. Wow, it actually had a bit of extra kick in it, that one. I don't know whether it was just that pouch or what's going on, but there was a lot of extra heat in there. And the vinegar from the Tabasco really does help with bringing out those extra flavours and just changing up the taste of the main just a bit. That is absolutely superb. Let's give this peppered steak bar a go. Goes pretty well, that. It's a lot like a biltong sort of style jerky in a way, where you've got thicker, more chewiness to it. Me personally, I actually like a really hard jerky, like really dried out and like thinner and crispier. We'll try some of this chocolate here. Oh, big crack. The chocolate's great. Great milk chocolate flavour in there, and a nice crumbliness too when you eat it. So let's try some of this fruit in syrup. See lots and lots of peaches there, just diced up. Nice syrup there. They're great. Really good texture, nice firmness to them as well, but not too firm. So they're picked at the perfect time and put into these cans, and they've lasted really well. To be honest, I was actually planning on using this with the muesli for the breakfast main, but totally forgot about it, and like I was kicking myself at the time. But now, thinking about it, at the end of the day, having that as a little bit of a sweetness and way to finish the day, probably be quite nice for you, especially after something like this where the main's so oily and fatty in there. You want something a bit fresher to cleanse your mouth out. And we'll try this Bell branded tea with the condensed milk that I put in it. It's funny, you put hot water in these tins and the actual metal burns your lips more than the actual hot liquid inside burns your mouth and tongue. Crazy. Anyway, the flavour, perfect. Good squirt of that condensed milk. Leave the tea bag in for a few minutes. Goes really well. Nice light flavour, but not a... kind of, you get some teas where they're a bit sour and stuff. This is just really, really good quality. And we've got a little love heart shape there in our jam cookie. Give it a bite. You can see there that the jam actually does go, even though it's thin, around the whole of the inside there between those two bits of shortbread biscuit. Let's go the old pommy way and give it a quick dunk in our cup of tea there. That is good. Over 2 years old, but still really tasting fresh. Have a bit more of this tea. Now, I'm not going to have the gum yet. I'm going to save that for after I finish all this. So, I'm going to polish all this off, and I'll see you back here in a second. Well, that was absolutely smashing. That was awesome. I'll save a bit of this chocolate here for mini Dropbear tomorrow. Go and enjoy more of this tea after I finish. But, let's try this gum. Great flavour on that mint gum. And really nice way to finish it off. I tell you what, this menu C has to be, well, at least for me, the best menu that the Aussies have with their ration packs. Everything was simply perfect in it. I wouldn't change it up at all. The funny thing is though, in this here, where it says what you're supposed to get in each menu, menu C is actually supposed to have tomato soup, but we got the chicken soup, and I think the chicken soup works a lot better, especially if you're going to be doing that with the gravy. That was a fantastic idea. But the beef and onion sounds boring, but geez, it was tasty. And that chicken Italiano that we had for lunch, absolutely first class, number one, brilliant. Now, I really hope that you like this new format that I just tried out for this ration pack. It's something a bit different, just trying it all together and changing it up a little bit. If you liked it, let me know what you thought. If you want me to just go back to trying everything just individually, let me know that as well. Totally up to you guys what you want me to do. But I wanted to try this out and I actually had a lot of fun doing it. So if everyone else is happy with it, I think I'll keep doing it because it was good. And to Josh, mate, thank you so much again for sending this one to me. Absolutely love checking this one out, as I think everyone is aware of by now the way I've been carrying on with it. Absolutely spot on, fantastic. And I know that you've got a few more of these for yourself, so I'm looking forward to hearing from you and telling me what you thought of it. Wonder if you liked it as much as me. Thanks heaps for watching, everyone. See ya. Hey, what are you doing?